Hello, students. Welcome back to your computer science class. So now we have completed with all our chapters. So now I want to revise, and I want to revise string, list, dictionary, and tuples with you all today. These are the four main data types or data structures that we learned this year. These are the four main types of objects that you will work with: string, list, dictionary, and tuple. Knowing how to manipulate these objects are incredibly important in Python. And so I want to first give you an overview of these four objects. Okay, I'm not able to zoom into this particular area, but I think it's pretty visible. So immutable or mutable. So strings are immutable, list is mutable, dictionary is mutable, and tuple is immutable. Indexed by. String is indexed by integers, list is indexed by integers, tuple is indexed by integers, but dictionary is indexed by immutable type. The keys, remember? Operators plus and multiplication, that is addition and multiplication. These can be used in string, list, and tuples, but not in dictionaries. In operator, that is the membership operator in, can be used in all four: string, list, dictionary, and tuple. Applying methods. Yes, you can apply methods to string, list, and dictionary, but tuple have their own methods and you cannot put any other method to it. Now let's talk about the definitions. A string is a sequence of characters. A list is a sequence of values, which can be characters, integers, or even other lists. And these are normally called as nested lists. A dictionary is a more general version of a list, and it is made up of a set of keys and values where there is mapping between a given key and its corresponding value. There is no order to the set of keys and values made. A tuple is a sequence of values which makes them similar to lists, but the difference is that they are immutable. Immutable versus mutable. Strings are immutable. When using strings, brackets operators cannot be used on the left hand side of the assignment with the intention of changing that string. So you cannot use brackets and change the value of a string in its place. Okay, but if you change the value, you're changing the entire value of the entire string. Lists are mutable. Unlike strings, you can use the bracket operators on the left hand side of the assignment to change the element in a given list. Dictionaries are mutable. You can modify any item key value pair in a dictionary using the bracket operator on the left hand side of the assignment. Tuples are immutable. You can extract elements, but you cannot modify elements of a tuple on the left side of the assignment operator. Talking of the in operator, that is the membership operator. The in operator and the not in operator are membership operator. They are Boolean operator. They take two arguments that determine if the argument is a substring or an element of the second argument. When comparing two strings, the operator searches if the first string appears as the substring in the second, and it returns true or false depending on this. If the second argument is a list, then the operator can take two strings, then the operator that can take in to a string and a list to see if the string appears as one of the elements of the list, and then it returns a true or false. the length function, the len function that we have used so many times, multiple times. The length functions will calculate the length of a string if you use it with a string. If you use it with a list, it will count the number of elements of a list. If you use it with a tuple, again it will count the number of elements of a tuple. And if you use it with a dictionary, then it will compare the number of items. Items are key value pair, not key and value counted separately. Key value pair together make an item. And if you use the length function with dictionary, it will count the number of items in a dictionary. Methods of each type of object, that is dot notation. Remember, we use the dot when we want to call some methods, we use the dot. So for strings, lists, and dictionaries, there are a set of methods that you can use to manipulate the object because tuples are immutable. There are no methods to modify the object. Generally, the notation for methods is the dot notation. The syntax is the name of the object followed by a dot followed by the name of the method that you want to use. In this example, x equals to hello Boston and x dot split. Here we are using the method split, which is being applied to a string x. Okay, and so it becomes a string method. And this method will split that string at a given delimiter. And over here, that delimiter is a white space. When to use which object? In the following pages, so in the following days, I will compare and contrast the similarities and differences of strings, lists, dictionaries, and tuple in greater detail. I think we have already done it. Lists are more common than tuples because they are mutable, but there are some reasons because of which tuples are preferred. In some contexts, for example, in the return statement, it is syntactically simpler to create a tuple than a list. In some other context, we may prefer a list. If you want to use a sequence as a dictionary key, you have to use an immutable type like a tuple or a string. If you are passing a sequence as an argument to a function, using tuples reduces the potential for unexpected behavior due to aliasing. Again, because tuples are immutable, they do not provide to us methods like split. In addition, the built-in objects in Python, you can also create your own object or class, exactly what we are going to learn next year. Okay, so we will discuss this idea in detail next year. So this was a quick overview on string, list, tuple, and dictionary. Now I will show you all a few programs on dictionary that I expect you all to practice at home and write them down in your notebooks. Hello students, so here I have with me a program on creating a phone dictionary. The first line over here, n equals to integer input, enter limit. Then the next line is an empty dictionary, mob mobile equals to 0. So I have a variable mobile of integer type 0 and the name is an empty string. I equals to 0 for I in range 0 to n. 0 to n is the number of limit that the user will enter. Okay, so for I in the range 0 to n, I am saying mobile equals to, and then I am putting mobile number from the user, name, I'm taking the name from the user, and then Z2 equals to dictionary. I'm making it a dictionary, and in bracket, I'm putting mobile number as the key and name as the value. Okay. Now, the reason we are doing mobile number as the key and name as the value is, although both of them can become keys because they are both immutable, but mobile number will be unique and keys cannot be repeated. We cannot have two keys. There can be a chance in a phone dictionary that two people have the same name, but they will not have the same phone number. So we have kept the phone number as the key and name as the value. And finally, I am updating all of this in my main dictionary M. So there are two. One is my Z2 dictionary and one is my M dictionary. I am taking from the user, putting it in this Z2, then I'm updating Z2 in M. Again, my Z2 will get changed. Again, I will update. Again, my Z2 will get changed. Again, I will update. My Z2 will keep changing and it will keep updating my main dictionary mobile with all the phone numbers. A very interesting, short and sweet program, must try out. Also, you can search for this name in the dictionary. The second part of the program is enter the number to search in the dictionary. And once the number matches, we are saying the name of the person is, and then M in the space of L. So over here, in case the person will put a wrong number, we do not have any exception handling, and so we will not be catching any changes that take place. In case a person puts wrong phone number, there will be a Python error. I give you all the liberty to enhance this program and catch the error. You can put an if and else statement over here that if the key is not found, we tell the user name not found. Okay. Let's look at another program. This is prime or not prime. Okay. So over here, again, we are taking the number from the user. We are setting a limit that is 50%. And in case it is a odd number, I'm adding 1 to it. Okay. And then I'm saying for I in the range from 2 to limit, remainder equals to number modulus I. If remainder is 0, then the number is not prime. Otherwise, the number is prime. Very easy. Enter the number 5. 5 is a prime number. Okay. So next class, we will do more programs from here. Till then, stay home, stay safe, take care, keep learning. Thank you.